Okay, welcome all of you here once again in another session, and we'll be discussing sentence rearrangements and parajumbles today. This is the second session this week, and we've been doing this for several months now, discussing those topic-wise questions on error detection, sentence improvement, RC close test, parajumbles, vocabulary, and all. Let's start without any delay. Quick glance. The keywords help us a lot if we are talking about this here, we are talking about that here. Possibility is both of these must be together. We follow the acronym approach. You define something in detail for the first time, then recall it using those short words later. You define things which belong to time expressions, past first, then present, and then future. And when we define something as a hypothesis or some central argument, we put the examples after that. Nobody's perfect. Start with the easy peasy ones. Flow of the passage defines the answer. Practice with patience is the key to success nowadays. Here we go. That was done, I think, on the previous turn. This was also done. This was the last one. Here we go. Yes. Good evening. Waiting for your responses first. No electricity here, so some fluctuations in the light. Have turned some of the lights off so that the session can go on. It's back. Okay. Defining something here, a descriptive statement. The gratitude list, what is that? It's a list of those things that we have and we are grateful for. Can put QR, so a simple gratitude list would go in such a manner or in such a way, but I don't have an option for Q and R. They say QPR. Let's read it this way. The gratitude list is a list of things we have and we are grateful for. Most often, the things in this list are forgotten by us or taken for granted as we continue to interact with the world on a daily basis. So that's how concluding things. A simple list would go thus. Grateful for those simple things that are forgotten because we do that on a daily basis. I'm grateful for being alive, have a roof, meals, work, earning, don't have a disease. And this list is not for these 5 or 6 terms, it's endless. We can add anything that we want straight. We should not be taking much time as we discussed on the last turn. Once you grab a keyword, like these two should be together, once you grab some specific descriptive statement to start with or end at, look at the options. As here, 3 of these starting with PPP. Therefore, these are the products of the thinking, but therefore can't be the first one. It's concluding. Remove that. Just one option. That has to be the answer. Is that okay? Q. A person's behavior evolves through conscious evolution. Like this, I said, you mentioned some hypothesis and then you put examples after that. We have this hypothesis here. A person's behavior evolves through conscious evolution. Okay. For example, when a potter pounds the clay, makes a vessel, it's the product of his activity, not of his nature. Okay. Another example after that. The sages observed activities and gathered ideas and thoughts and thereafter introduced principles of propriety and such. Okay. Therefore, okay, perfect. P at the end, concluding things. So easy once again. Okay, these have what? S cannot be the first one, not available. Okay, it follows that Q can't be the first one, starting with the pronoun once again. What follows? Okay, we have 3 options now. Throughout human history, the leading causes of death have been infection and trauma. Okay, can be the first one. R. Now P. Modern medicine, that can also be the first one, I think, is a descriptive sentence. Modern medicine has scored significant victories against both. No, it can't be the first one because in order to pick P as the first one, you'll have to define both. But just a sec. Can I say both? Infection and trauma? Done. Read it now. Can't be the first one. Throughout human history, leading causes of death have been infection and trauma. Modern medicine has scored significant victories against both infection and trauma. And the major causes of ill health, he is talking about the same, are now chronic diseases like this and that. S then. These have a long latency period defining those diseases for sure. And then Q. It follows that the majority of apparently healthy people are pre-ill. It follows, not the initiating one. Next. Good options. But this is not can't be the first one. You see here type B malnutrition is discussed, which has been defined first. So P can't be the first one. Now RS or RQ. RQ first. Many national surveys reveal, once again another hypothesis or theory. Many surveys reveal that malnutrition is common in developed countries. Perfect. Many surveys reveal that malnutrition is common in developed countries. Now, commonly ingested levels of these micronutrients, in order to say these micronutrients, we should define first micronutrients, which we haven't in R. So shouldn't be the correction. Let's read this. RS. Many surveys reveal malnutrition is common in developed countries. This is not the calorie or micronutrient deficiency associated with these type A malnutrition, but multiple micronutrient depletion. Okay, this is not the micronutrient, this is this. Now we can say these micronutrients, type A, type B, can relate. And then P, talking about type B malnutrition, and Q, these micronutrients. Doubts and objections, welcome. Done and dusted. Because these features can't be the first one. These principles can't be the first one. These stand can never be the first one. We have a descriptive sentence which is available in just one option. Just reading that for surety. Fundamental rights are enforceable. Okay. These stand granted and guaranteed for sure. Against these are non-enforceable principles. They are enforceable, they are non-enforceable. Okay. Can define them. Once again, easy peasy. Two of the sentences are talking about this, and two of those are talking about restrictions or limitations. S can't be the first one. Some restrictions have been placed on their enjoyment. Whose? These have been what? Q can't be the first one. Q can't be the first one, leaving just one option, P. The fundamental rights marked in the Constitution are not absolute. They are not absolute? Yes. They have not been concluded in absolute terms. PQ should be together, obviously. So if they are not concluded, that means some restrictions have been placed. While defining this, they have marked the limitations or the restrictions. S and R together, P and Q together, both available in just one option. For sure. But we have close options this time. Sometimes we have easy peasy elimination. We don't have. Let me inform you of something. After the session, whenever you feel comfortable, you can open the SSC Super Practice Kit in your courses section to practice at home as per your convenience this SSC Super Practice Kit with 1000 plus tests for beginners and the advanced ones. Here you get for quant, for reasoning, for English, for GAGS, hold on, For computers also, and the topic-wise questions. For example, if I talk about English, we have grammar, noun, pronoun, verbs, adverbs, preposition, conjunction, time and tense. We have vocabulary, antonyms, synonyms, one words, spell check, idioms. We have the practice sessions on reading part also, RC, close test, para-jumbles, as we are discussing right now. Not the same questions I am making you solve here, but starting at some easy peasy level first, then level up, then PYQs, and then speed improvement and revision. So practice at your own convenience at home whenever you feel comfortable using the SSC Super Practice Kit. Do check after the session if you haven't so far. Will definitely help you improve your score for sure. With 1000 plus tests, as I said, for beginners, for the advanced ones. Here we go. Okay, the options were so close this time. They were not easy. Defining. The principle of equality is the foremost principle of democracy. But that's available in 3 options out there. The better one. What do you say? The principle of equality is the foremost principle. I know that's but what's that? What's that principle? What's the definition? What's inside it is defined here. Makes the most appropriate choice. In this principle, all the people without any discrimination are treated as equal. Now the rest of the sentences are talking about the same. All the people, if they are treated as equal, they enjoy equal opportunities, political rights, equality before law of opportunity without any discrimination. Then you can define further. So Q are the first one. Two of the sentences defining that hypothesis, and two of them putting those examples. Man, human, read them. In this world, there is nothing like a human savior. No. Then what's inside? I'm sure through grammar you remember not this, but that. That's appearing. Not followed by but. I didn't want this. I wanted that. Then we add not only but also to add additional components. But first of all, it's not this, but that. So there is no such thing as a human savior. Oh, then what's that? There is only a stable system. There is not this, this. PR available. P in just one option, by the way. And then a man always changes after a while because they are humans. If we follow another man for his idea, I'm sure we'll end up fighting another civil war. Two of those defining the consequences, repercussions, two of those defining that hypothesis or theory, and all straight. Hello, Ritesh. Welcome, brother. S can't be the first one, but can't be the first one, or P has to be the first one. But P says most learners have a huge discrepancy between their verbal skills and their writing skills. They have a difference. Just after this, we won't be saying, as a result, they don't write what's in their mind. As a result of discrepancy? I don't think so. So better than PQ, we have another choice, PS. Let's discuss. Most learners have a huge difference between their verbal skills and their writing ability. That means they have words in their minds that they could never spell, so they can't write. That's the result. They don't write what's in their mind and dumb down versions of themselves. But that should be in the end. Yes, yes, yes. Results in the end much better. They have words in their mind that they could never spell, but in school, correct spelling is valued. Yes. You talk about spelling, another statement talking about spelling. More than getting one's true vocabulary on the page. As a result, they don't write what's in their mind, but the dumbed down versions so they don't make mistakes. Great. Absolutely correct, Nitish. Uh, Actually, I have a doubt. Q is a question. Is our glass half full or half empty? That's a question. And we don't have any sentence which seems to us the answer to that question. Do we have? It is a question, is our glass half full or half empty? But there is no other option which seems to us the answer to that question. That means Q must be at the end, not in the end. That leaves just one option. Let's see that. P. On those days when nothing in our life seems to be going right, it can be tough to see the silver lining among those clouds. S. However, it's during those times when those days or times, they are the same. However, it's during these times when the ability to see the good, even in the worst situations, is so important. Makes sense. A positive attitude, yes, seeing the good in the worst is called a positive attitude, benefits not just the mental health, but your physical well being as well. then you can say is the ga, because we don't have the answer to this question. So if I pick Q, the first one, there is no answer to that. Shouldn't be the next one, Q in the end. Great. Again, Nitish. I have seen several young executives joining new jobs. Several people. Each of them wishes someday he'll achieve success by reaching the top, but majority of them don't have the belief that they can reach the top. Perfect. Reach the top, reach the top. Majority of don't have the belief. So just a small number of people believe, they don't have the belief, but they believe that they'll succeed. Yes, absolutely. Few more to finish things off. Nitish, perfect. No, Nitish, in my opinion, that should be a better choice. QRSP. I agree, P seems to us a better choice. But we have a much better choice now. Flexibility, what is that? Flexibility means being able to respond to change. That's what becoming adaptable is, and deal with it. Flexibility means being able to respond to change and deal with it. Okay. It's a trait, it's a quality any of us can learn, and that's the one which is critical to our success. Two of those positive, QR. But being flexible isn't easy because we have to work at and practice daily. This is something. So we have to choose daily to remain flexible, adaptable. Three of those talking about flexibility, none of those talking about adaptability. Sure, we'll be happy to. Please do a marathon, 3 hour chapter wise. Okay. We'll forward this to the team for sure. Okay. Finishing things now. I hope that was another worthy session. Before I finish, let me inform you of the same, that if you are new here, do subscribe. We regularly conduct topic-wise sessions like this. And yes, this is open. Let me say this again. You can go through whenever you feel free. This is a session, but at your own convenience, whenever you feel free at home, you can go through the SSC Super Practice Kit, where you have 1,000+ tests for beginners, for the advanced ones, for all subjects, as I mentioned. Yes, we have this Guru Purnima celebration, before which let me tell you one more important thing, which I always mention, and I must mention. SSC has changed their pattern slightly. Now they have introduced sectional timing, 15 minutes each subject. You have to adapt yourself to this. At Oliveboard, we have all the sets now with a sectional timing. Make use of it. Do practice as much as you can. And before I finish, let me inform you of this Guru Purnima celebration, which was yesterday. But this is valid till today. Can opt for any of those: SSC Lite, Elite, Super Elite, or SSC plus Railways Elite, in which everything which is included, which is not, is clearly mentioned before you grab the subscription. We suggest Super Elite, in which you get access to all the courses, the running ones, the upcoming ones, for SSC, CGL, CHSL, CPO, MTS, and other SSC examinations, with 2,000+ tests, mocks, PYPs, and everything in the SSC stream. Grab it for flat 59% discount using the code GURU. If you are preparing for SSC and Railway examinations together, can opt for SSC plus Railway Super Elite, which includes everything for the SSC stream, everything for the Railways. Thank you so much. See you next week for error detection, if I'm not wrong. But thank you so much for the words, first of all. But may I know, Hadia, which section is getting your marks deducted? I mean, is that we have these sections, just a sec. We have these sections: error detection, sentence improvement, voice and narration. They belong to grammar. Now RC, close test, parasamples and fillers, they belong to your reading part. And all these are the vocabulary ones. If your marks are 30 to 37 in that range, I request you to analyze where are those 15 marks roughly getting deducted. I mean, they are mostly from grammar. We need to emphasize that. They are mostly from vocabulary. We'll work on that. They are from the reading part. We'll work on that. You better know we have all the sections in the test. So which section we are lacking or we are weak at, need to emphasize that. If I can be of any help, feel free, and you can mention right now here in the chat or in the comment. We'll emphasize that also. Bye bye, take care, be safe, see you pretty soon next week. Thank you.